Testing, testing. Alright, I should be live now. Welcome to Banished, and this is a bit more of a relaxed game compared to Civilization 6, where I got my arse handed to me by the deity AI, and I also played terribly. This game can also be punishing, but I think it punishes you gently. I think it's just because of the music. I'm playing around with a mix of the sound such that you can still hear the music, I believe, because it does sound quite pretty, and hopefully it's not under any strict copyright. YouTube will definitely let me know of that. But anyways, on with the game. I'll try to explain a little bit as I go. We're going to be creating the town of Covidia. So the premise around Banished is that you're a few families that have been banished from your original home. And so I'm gonna say that this is gonna be the town of Covidia, that is gonna house people who've been banished from their respective states for maybe they've recovered from COVID-19, but people just still don't like having them around, which is really a shame. But they've been banished to the countryside to live off the land on their own. I'm gonna go with valleys. Mountains just make it so it's hard to get around. I'm gonna stick with small. And hey, what's up, Fergus? I'm gonna stick with the fair climate. Disasters are on, and I'm gonna start on the hard starting conditions. Just because because it does make it a little bit more challenging. Trying to survive the first winter is gonna be tough. The medium one gives you a warehouse that I don't know, from a tiny bit of roleplay perspective, I like thinking that we just start with just a cart of goods and we're off on our own trying to do what we need to do. Alright, so let's hit the random number generator a few times. And here we go, this is Covidia. Now, the first year is always going to be tough. It's also been a couple of years since I've played this game. So first off is pause, and let's see what the lay of the land is like. Alright. Okay, so we have a river. Do we have any lakes? Doesn't look like it. This is going to be tricky, actually. Alright, well let's start off with one of the things I love about this game is you create your own HUD. Okay, so this is just the basic stats of the town of Covidia. It's early spring, we have 8 adults and 7 children, and we have 15 citizens without homes. And that's going to be the first thing that we want to do before winter comes, is at least get them homes. Actually, sorry, no, it's not the first thing that we want to do, it's we want to get some food, because we only have 1,200 food in storage, and that storage is this storage cart right here. So it has 1,200 potatoes, 100 units of firewood, 20 iron tools, and 20 coats. And I can't remember it, I think it's been 2 years since I played this. I don't know if this is not enough food to get through the winter, so we definitely need to be gathering food. Oops, don't want to go into that. Let's get another menu up. So this is our event log. Really cool game design in the sense that you can create your own HUD. And there's our view of the overall map. And then this is job assignments. So this is also an important menu to be looking at. What else do I need? The limits one is... Let's just have it up there. It's not that important in the early game. But what it does is our citizens or our banished folk will look at the limits and go, it's like, oh, we already have 200 stone. I'm not going to collect any more stone and I'll go choose a different job. And so these are all the different jobs that you can assign to your banished citizens. And so right now they're all starting off as laborers. And so that's sort of the default thing where it's like if you have too much fuel, if you have too much, any of these resources you have too much of, you just become a laborer instead. What does laborer do? Well, that's going to be their first job right now, and that's going to be harvesting this stone and harvesting this timber. And it seems like we have a decent start location. We have lots of clear land right here to build up. But I am going to focus on the 2 food building strategies. One is a gatherer's hut. So I want to rotate this, okay. So the gatherer's hut, when someone occupies that or has that job, which is a gatherer job, they will go around this ring and just gather whatever they can find around them. And there's other forms of getting food, and that's like growing crops or cattle, but they all have really awkward time cycles. Like, so with crops, of course, you got to wait for the harvest, and if an early winter comes and destroys your harvest, you're sort of screwed. Whereas a gatherer's hut is pretty consistent with the food generation it gives. I'm just going to go right here. None of these decisions have to be permanent. And I'm going to click on that. I'm going to hit pause on it. Where do I pause the construction of it? I'm not sure. Oh, here. There we go. Just makes it more visible. And I also need to assign my workers to start gathering resources. Although, before I do that, I also want a fishing dock. And this looks like a good spot for right here. Again, the circle is going to influence on like how much range it has for harvesting. Now this is the game is really sophisticated behind the scenes, but it is sort of like it is an interactive spreadsheet in the sense that we're not going to see a lot of I don't know what to say. Like, no, we will see fishermen. Actually, no, never mind. Just ignore me. I'm just saying BS. Okay, so what I want is let's start building the... Actually, no, let's start building both of these. Right, and so now we can see that there's 5 total jobs available for building. And we're not going to get them building yet, because what we want to do first is start harvesting some of the resources. And that we're going to do with this. So I just want to harvest all of this. What's interesting is that because we don't have a place to put these harvested resources, and I can actually let the game play now, and let it play on relatively slow speed. There we go. So what happened there is that the citizens went and I think got some tools. Yeah, so they took some of the tools. What is it? 8 adults? Yeah, so 8 adults took 8 tools, and now they're going on their merry way and chopping the trees and breaking the stone, and they're just going to leave it there when it's processed. Like so. And now if I introduce a couple builders into the fray, then they will start picking up these resources and start constructing these buildings. And again, my goal right now is to make sure I survive the first winter. And it looks like it's spring, so we can see that the trees are starting to sprout. Okay, I think it's okay to now assign a couple builders. And so 2 of these citizens are going to select who becomes the builders, and they're going to go start taking these resources. Actually, well, clearing the land for that building and taking resources. No, sorry, the laborers will take the resources to those places, but the builder will start constructing the actual building. Now, I'm going to start laying around a little bit more of the land here. So I'm going to have a storage barn, which is going to eventually replace this cart. And let's put that right here. I'm also aiming to... Actually, no, I'm going to put it more here. I'm aiming to sort of do a pleasant-looking town rather than like a min-max perfect town. Yeah, so I'm going to have the storage barn sort of in the middle, because the other constraint is that the people who are working in these buildings need to commute in a way, so they need to take their stuff that they've harvested and then start putting it into the storage barn. And similarly, we're gonna have some homes. And I'm gonna make this. We got how many families? I think we got 4 families, so we need 4 homes. And let's just make this. And I'm not going to be optimal. Actually, no. If this is like their first, you know what? I'm going to totally make it how it would look if you had just 4 families just plop down in some random area. So they just create these homes in all these weird positions, not following like a city plan at all. City planning will probably come in the future if they survive. I'm probably dooming myself to die, or to not win the game. Or actually, wait a second. There's no winning the game. It's just survival. And actually, funny enough, you can get like sickness in the game as well, little pandemics. But you can also have other issues in the game, such as no more population growth because you don't have room for families to expand, and you need children to grow up so that they can become laborers. And if you have no children, then you have no future workers, and then you have a dying population. They eventually pass away, and your town is dead, which is a very sad prospect. So it's a game of just balancing resource harvesting. And Vlad. Okay, Vlad's always on the side of the AI. So the thing is, though, like, if the AI wins, that means I win, because the AI is on my side. I'm not fighting anyone, so yeah, I hope the AI wins as well, because that's all I have to rely on. All I'm doing is just changing sliders on some spreadsheets, and the AI is responding to that. So yeah, thanks for being on my side, Vlad. Let's... What, it's... Okay, it's still spring. Okay, we've collected enough resources. I would like to get these buildings built. Buildings won't build themselves. Oh, and one of our, yeah, so we have, Rihaneth has become an adult at the age of 10 and has become a laborer. Lovely. So great. You know, when children grow up, they become productive members of society. Except when you get a schoolhouse. Then what ends up happening is that when they turn 10, they become students instead of laborers. And they become better laborers in the future, but they have to spend several more years as students and not being productive members of this little tiny banished society. Oh man, I miss this game. I was slightly obsessed with it when I was living in Dublin, and I think I would watch people play it on my lunch breaks, because that's what I do with my spare time. I could speed this up a little bit, but I am concerned that I'm just so rusty at the game, so I'm sort of happy with the slower pace right now. And look at all these resources. I should put a gathering spot for it now. What is it? Collect stone? No. What's it called? Oh, I need a woodcutter. Crap. Okay. I will do that soon. Stockpile. Let's put a stockpile near our barn. That's probably too big of a stockpile, but that's probably fine. Okay, and let's get a woodcutter building out there, because that's the other thing. If they don't have firewood, then they will freeze to death in the wintertime. Let's get... Okay. Do I need a forester lodge? What are all the buildings again? And I'm also playing, like, totally plain vanilla, no mods. So if you've seen this before and you see all sorts of other things, I'm not going to have it because I'm getting back into the game and trying to follow all the mods and what stuff they can do is a little bit far beyond me right now. Herbalist is not that important early game, but it does help making sure that your citizens are healthy and can don't get diseases. I sort of want a Forester Lodge with this, because the Forester Lodge will just keep on renewing the forest and planting trees. And if you can get a nice sort of symbiotic relationship with Forester and the Gatherer and the Herbalist, and the game sort of plays itself. Okay, I lost a little bit of health there. That should be fine. Okay, we're in early summer. I really need these buildings built. You know what? Let's... I forget if I need laborers to move the things. I think if a building doesn't have like the resources and the land cleared, the builder will just sort of switch temporarily to a laborer. But I can't really remember. We might find out soon enough, and this will just be a really quick game. What else do I need to do? I need to put down the wood chopping thing. And I could look for hunter, like if there's any animal. Oh, there's animals over there. I could start hunting, because hunting gets you meat and leather, which is good for making coats. No, I think keep it simple for the first year. Let's just get the wood chopper, the wood cutter, yeah, and let's just have you, yeah. So facing the stockpile there. Oh man, it's so dark when it's raining. It's a relaxing sound though. Okay. Let the builders do their things. I wonder, I'm tempted to speed it up, but at the same time I think that will just cascade this thing into failure, which I know, Vlad, you want to see, but I'm not doing this just for you. Sorry, bud. I think I can afford to speed it up just one more. Is there a shortcut for this? No. Oh, something happened. Reserve of stone is low. No, it's not. It doesn't know that I have all this stone over here, so it's actually not low. I just don't have enough laborers moving. So that's the other thing the laborers are doing, is like they're picking up all this stuff that has been harvested and moving it to the stockpile. Oh wait, I don't know. Do I need the storage barn now? No, pause that. I don't think I need the storage barn yet. Oh, don't pause that. Where's my cart? Okay, I still have firewood there. Yeah, so like lots of potatoes are gone. Lots of potatoes, a great potato famine. Okay, let's pause. And I need a gatherer. Let's have 2 gatherers. Oh, I should have put one of the... Okay, you know what? Let's cancel this. Close this window. How can I... What I want to do is I actually want to have the home near the gatherer hut, so that the Gatherer Hut family sort of just sticks around there. Yeah, so you just go right beside the Gatherer Hut. Alright, and then... remove structure. Let's remove... There we go, okay. Oh, and I can have... Let's have 2... See, now I'm... This is just like a fun abstraction on resource management. You're all resources, and your next assignment is you're now a fisherman. You're off that project and on to the next one. But this is without the emotional damage that can cause. Except for virtually. The AI can be emotionally damaged, right? Okay, and so eventually this will show me reports. Yeah. I keep on hitting escape. Okay, so I should see, where's my... Yeah, so this is my inventory now. So I do have stone, I have iron. I could probably go 2 years without building tools, I think. Okay, so I'm getting lots of stuff built now. Let's, and so all these homes that are showing up above people's heads, that's just saying that they're homeless. But we're gonna sort that out pretty soon. And maybe let's move you, and let's put the fishermen's. They'll live nearby. Again, I'm not trying to make the super efficient town here. I'm sort of pseudo role playing it a little bit. I was like, where would, like, the gatherers would live next to where they work. What's the deal with these people living here? I think they just want lots of land. They're sort of thinking of claiming lots of land for themselves, perhaps. Okay, so now we can employ a woodcutter. How much wood could a woodcut cut? Could if a woodcutter could cut wood? Oh, that was lame, even by my standards. And I think we can start building this now. So you can see how much is required in order to build this building. So it needs 48 logs. If you look at my inventory, I got 233. Needs 16 stone, and I guess that's the work that requires in order to take this inventory. So now we can talk about dependency management. So we just did, like, you know, wow, my mind went blank. Do I say Maven? No, I don't say Maven. Do I say Gradle? No, I'm not even a Java developer. Why do I reach for those first? Anyways, let's ignore everything I just said there. Okay, so it looks like we're heading into fall. Yep. We still have homeless people. That's not great. Come on. Let's get you building. How am I for food? Okay, so people are putting stuff into the storage cart. You know what? I probably did need to build the barn. I'm not sure. So, see, like, these roots and mushrooms, onions and berries, these are all being collected by the gatherers. Oh, and we have snow. And we have fish! And I keep on hitting escape to pause. And we have more adults. Oh, I really hope that I didn't just, like, really screw over this game. It's late autumn, it's just early snow. So eventually, if they start getting too cold, little snowflakes will show above them. Oh, they were too busy building the gosh darn barn. Okay, how are we for firewood? I think we're okay, as long as we can get these homes built quickly. That's, you know, no more laborers. And also, like, if they can't do a job in the wintertime, they just become laborers for the winter. Ooh, look at all these deer. Alright, did you just move from up there? Okay. And then if I click on this, no, I still need to wait a year. Yeah, at least it's not snowing now. Our reserve of food is low. Okay, that's because, yeah, once a house is built, they start taking things into their home. So like their homes become also like a cache in a way. I actually was thinking about this the other day, is like with this whole COVID-19 thing, is that every day you're resolving dependencies, like your food. It's like, oh, I want to make dinner. Well, I'm going to resolve pasta and tomatoes and herbs and stuff, and I will go to my local grocery store, which is really a cache of like a very complex dependency chain with logistics and everything. I'm sort of playing it out in this game, because that's a lot of fun to me. Everything's just becomes dependency management in my head. Okay, so, oh, we had some cold people, but now they're warm again. They were probably short on firewood. Yeah, so the wood chopper is still working hard in the wintertime, which is great. It's only -4. It looks like I don't need this house, but no, I do, because if I have 11 adults, right, we want 2 adults per home so that they can have children. Yeah, so that's okay, so there's 3 adults here, 11 being an adult. So she needs to move out, meet someone really nice, like, no, that's another female adult. Where's all the male adults? I'm not gonna get children with all these female adults. Like, I'm all about, I'm very liberal with all that kind of stuff, but we need to be producing children. Sorry. Okay, late winter. Inventory is looking good. Okay. I think we no. Early spring and we get snow. So we haven't had a new child yet. We just had 3 children become adults. Oh! Oh, what? Wait a second, okay. So Tressica, the builder, died during childbirth, and there's no people available to replace her job. Okay, that is not good. Losing a person in the early game is really hard. Oh man. All right. That's fine. We can still recover. We have plenty of other adult women. I gotta watch what I say. This could turn really dark. Okay, I think I'm gonna make this little area a little bit of the center. Yes, rest in peace, Tressica. Alright, so let's... Okay, it's early spring. Let's pause. Let's take stock of what we have. People are happy, despite the death of Tressica. Health is 4, which is probably to be expected for the first year. I have no stored alcohol, no textiles. I think that's all normal for the first year. It looks like I may need to start building tools soon. So I'm gonna do that first. Let's make a... Where is that? Blacksmith, yeah. Yeah. Yay! A new child was born. Let's put a gap. Or do I put it... Let's put it here. Yeah. And so now you can see I only need 2 builders. And I haven't like applied or employed as many people to these jobs as I can, because trying to diversify. Oh, what's going on here? Our reserve of stone is low, food is low. But why are you... Oh, the production limit. Ah, yeah, okay. So this is, these are the production limits here. Controls the amount of stored fuel. Isn't... By fuel you mean... like... wood? Okay, there we go. Reserve of iron is low. I think we need to start gathering a few more resources. So let's go here. And I want to remove... collect iron. So let's get rid of the... get those iron. Let's collect stone. Let's collect that stone. And of course what happens is once you harvest all the land and take all the resources away from the land, you need to get that stuff somehow. And that somehow is, okay, good, we got another labor, is you can trade, or you can create a mine, which is really expensive, and takes up a lot of space, and once you complete the mine, or like you've used up the mine's resources, it stays there, you can't destroy the building. So I'm gonna see if I can do like a mineless, quarryless town here, and set up trade in order to get all the other stuff. Do I do that now? Oh, we have another child. Yay, another child. Okay, so our population is 18 now, so that's 2 higher than when we started. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 homes. So it might be worth building one more home to provide a place for the other adult that's living with his parents, his or her parents. And we'll, again, just do a wooden house. And... you know what, let's have a hunter. That might be too greedy, I'm not sure. But I don't know, let's try. Why not? Where's the jobs? Where's the jobs? There we go. Is that hunting cabin? Yeah. Let's line it up. Yeah. Okay. So maybe that single person will move there and become a hunter. And reserve of food is low. Okay. So this also means that when the woodcutter is reached the limit of fuel, so we have 400. Let's see how this winter... I think I want more. There we go. And I need... just harvest all this. Harvest all this. What was I saying? Oh yeah, when they reach their resource limit, they just become laborers. So that's not the end of the world. It means that I've just been overproductive. But again, this is... We're not applying lean practices here. we're working with resources at the whims of many different sort of timing constraints. Is that winter is coming, and we need to prepare for it. Why? What does that mean? Reserve of logs is low. Okay. Is that not everything can just be just in time, and to be fair, trees can... you can sort of have an equilibrium with trees, like planting trees, chopping down trees, chopping them into firewood all year round, so that one's not so bad, but food is definitely a more seasonal issue where you get abundance during a certain period of time, and then you get nothing. I sort of want to play around with farming, because farming does give you the, I believe, like the biggest bang for the buck when it comes to like land usage and the amount of food that it can generate, but it also has the highest volatility in the sense that like a winter can totally destroy it, or you can also have crop issues where your a disease can hit your crops as well, which ain't so good. Okay, I think I'm still going to leave it at this speed right now, even though I'm not really having to do very much. I'm still trying to get a handle on the mechanics of the game, and I don't want to... So, I think it's one of the reasons why I love this game so much, and also Stellaris, is that you can be feeling comfortable and going like, ah, this is all going swimmingly. And then a little bit of a cascading failure just breaks everything down, and then you panic. And that's the kind of feeling that just I love for some silly reason. Sometimes I wonder about what drives me, and sometimes it's like the feeling of safety and then the occasional panic. That's my jam. Okay, we need a blacksmith. And we see one person here that needs tools. Is this empty? It's almost empty. So I think I can now remove it. When it gets removed, it will be emptied. Oh god, everyone tells me that RimWorld is what I need to play, and I want to play it so bad. I'm just not ready for it yet. I believe I own it. I think I bought it on GOG when it was on discount. And it sounds like it's a much more complex, story-driven version of this, and like the lighter version of Dwarf Fortress. And Dwarf Fortress is a game that I never got into. It's a game that I want to get into, but it's just so intimidating. One day, I'll probably do RimWorld. A couple people even said that they would help me start RimWorld. So, eventually. Man, so many awesome games. Okay, wait, I need to stop thinking about my life and thinking about these people's lives. Okay, so we're running out of tools. You know what, this is a bad... How do I rotate? Oh, there we go. Hey, let's look at it from this view. So I got iron, stone, and firewood. Oh, I don't have trees. Ah, I am not cutting down the forest like I ought to. Hey, harvesters. Harvest me. Where's the harvest tools? Isn't it here? Oh yeah, here. Let's harvest these trees here. And okay, I'm curious as to why this reminds you of RimWorld, because my understanding is that like RimWorld is insanely complex and generates all the storytelling stuff. Like characters have stories, whereas with this, I believe you have to sort of provide your own story to the people. But I don't really know. I don't know too much about RimWorld, so I'm just curious as to what is similar. So that might lead me to playing RimWorld even faster. Why are you... Okay, oh, that went away. Ah! Okay, I think I need another home. Let's get another gatherer family. Then we can increase the number of gatherers. I don't know if that's too inefficient. I'm not sure. I do think I need to create a forester now, So this is when things sort of start snowballing out of control, where I'm not balancing things correctly. The colony building? Yeah, okay. I can get that. I sort of want you... I want you to want me. Sorry, another Cheap Trick reference. I want you by the gatherer's hut. Yeah, let's have you right there. And this will be sort of nice, because this will plant trees sort of within our town, which is a fun way to sort of create boulevards. Okay, so it's our second winter. And so our main issue right now is just being out of tools. And we just need iron and logs for tools, so I think we're fine. Because I forgot to be collecting wood. Okay, how are we for other resources? Clothes? Okay, we're out of clothes. I don't have roads either. Should we start making a road network? Probably not yet. What do I want to do next? I'm just happy that we survived. I think the gatherer and fisherman is just the best start when doing the hard start setup. But I'm not out of the woods yet. Okay. I think I want the... What is it? I want the shipyard. The trading post, yeah. Reserve of logs as well. Okay, I really need to bump my logging game. Yeah, so you're complaining that you don't have logs. Okay, let's do a little bit more. Nope, I want to harvest wood. Just cut down those. And how... That's 82 wood, 80 stone, and 40 iron. I have lots of iron, I don't have lots of stone. I need to be harvesting that too. Alright, I'm neglecting a lot of resource management duties. Let's get some stone. Yeah, this is not the most efficient layout, but let's do a tiny bit of city planning. I think this is going to be like the center. At some point, this will be where the marketplace will go. So if the marketplace is going to go here, then I like the idea of... I do need to think about like how I'm going to expand here. Oh, look at all these deer! Why don't you go up here near where my hunters are? Oh, there's more here. Okay. How are you doing for... I don't have any stats for last year yet. Okay, again, wood is a problem. Coal, yeah, that's fine. Not stored medicine, that's fine. Textiles, fine. Okay, I got lots of tools now. So one thing with tools is that they're useful to sell with a merchant. Okay, let's get a forester. Let's get 2. And let's be on balance with planting and cutting. Does that mean I need another home there? So I got 14 adults. which means I could have 7 families, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 homes. So maybe it's time to build one more home for a future family. $16 wood, 8. Yeah, so that's pretty cheap. And that's gonna be. If I put 2 homes here, that's gonna be a pretty nice self-contained community. Let's get a road. So I am gonna do a grid style simply because I can't really do curved roads. Wait, what? Oh, is there? No. Oh, is there a little hill there? Yes, there is. Okay, well that's okay. So we have our... Yeah, that's alright. Fine. Now I'm gonna have to demolish that so I can put a straight road, because that's gonna mess with my head for a while. So the roads do allow for more efficient travel. So when they're moving from point A to point B, if they find a road, they will move quicker on it. Storage for logs and stone is near capacity. Oh, hey. Do I need... You know what? Let's put... No. What happens with... Do I need another yard? I don't know, but I'm gonna put one anyways. It's probably not efficient, but... can I at least have a straight road here? Okay, cool. Alright. How am I doing for food? I think that's okay. I'm just gonna raise these limits. I think right now I think there's probably better min-max ways of playing, which I am clearly not following. But I just don't want those alerts. I just... No more alerts. Okay, alright. Oh, and I can't plant any... I do need the trader. Because I was thinking of... I sort of want to make an early game brewery. Because that's a good commodity to sell as well. Storage for logs and iron is near... Okay, now that should be fine now. But you can only get seeds from a trader. So I think I'm going to really aim to get the trader ASAP. And I think this is a good spot for it. Yeah. This is sort of like the central... the CBD of this little town. Okay, so I'm going to need lots of... And here's the little trees that are getting planted. I need lots more of this, and I need that iron over here. Oops. And I think I might leave this area wooded. And it will be sort of a nice little green area, green space, and where we get a lot of food resources. How are we doing for, like, job allocations? I think we're fine. This is... I don't have... you know what? How many... I have lots of tools. You know what? You are going to be paused. How do I... There we go. So this means... There's citizens without jobs. Okay, I closed the... No, I think what I want to do is leave this open. Alright, see you later, Fergus. I think I just need to remove the job. And then that shows up. Okay, that's fine. Then I can do that. Alright. Still got these homes building. A child named Wall. Nice. Were their parents Pink Floyd? Actually, Wall would be a good last name. Then I'd name my child Berlin. Hey, dear. Why are you hanging around the fishery? Okay, we got 15 adults. So definitely one is going to want to move into one of these new homes. We have 9 children, which is great because they will be future adults. And this winter seems to be not a problem at all. Can I... Where do I... Oh, I can click on that. Okay, never mind. So 160 venison and 4 leather. And how are you doing? I think that you can see the difference from year on year. So if there's a crop issue, you can really see it in this view. I'm really struggling with getting timber. Let's cut all this down. Just clear this whole area. Now the question is that this might actually be a suitable mine. And then this becomes a mining town. It will be super ugly though. Okay, let's play around with the roads a little bit more and figure out how we want to sort of design this little town. At some point, I think we'll probably tear down these houses once an actual structure starts existing with this little town. So we're looking at it from this angle. It's -3, it's fine. How are we doing for tools? That's all good. Do I dare... that might be too fast. I sort of like just leaving it running rather than having it on fastest and pausing all the time. Which is sort of funny because that's how I play Stellaris. But this one I sort of like watching all the activity play as I'm doing stuff. Okay, I'm really happy that survival hasn't been too hard. I think it was a good spawn. This is a good early position, I think. It was fairly straightforward to settle with a decent fishing spot. Yeah, not sure why that went relatively easy, because I've had problems before where the first winter was an issue, but maybe I've just played the game enough that I'm prepared for that. And so we have a single parent, and we got one dude there. 10 children. Okay, we're set up for the future. What other building should I do right now? School. No. Too early for a school, I think. We're already in spring. Nice. I think I want the to start farming, so I need to get this building built. And it looks like everyone's focused on that right now, and it looks like all the resources are slowly coming together. And looks like this area is getting full of trees now because of the forester. That's too funny. Ooh. What would be sort of fun? Where would I put the town hall? Because what I would like to do is get lots of trees around it, sort of. In order to do it, if I put a forester in the right spot... still too early. I'm not sure yet. Probably. How am I doing for stone? Yeah, I need to harvest this stone here. Previous season, nice. And the fisherman is living there. Where is the hunter? Is living here? Okay, it's not too far. But why are the builders living there? And you can't assign stuff, so I can't like force them to move. You can only sort of create incentives, which is like, you know, create a home that's near their job, and hopefully the people with that job take that home. Reserve of food is low. Oh, it is. Okay, that's because we have more people now. Let's get another hunter and a fisher and a gatherer. We don't need builders anymore. Okay, so we need one... Who works... Oh, we need a trader. Good. Okay, so hopefully... What am I going to trade to get those seeds? I think I want to trade firewood. Do I... No, I don't have enough timber coming in. I think I want... You know what? If I put another forester here... There we go. And might just make an economy off of firewood for now. Alright, let's line you up. And I need to sneeze. Or do I? So far, so good. Let's get a little road. And the beginning of our soulless grid. Alright. Cracks me up. It's like, whenever I build towns, it's always a perfect grid, but whenever I visit actual cities, I hate it when they're perfect grids. No, that's not true. I don't hate it when they're perfect grids. Let's see. Like, my hometown of Vancouver, it's fairly grid-based, and I like it. Milton Keynes is grids upon grids with roundabouts as well, and it's very efficient, but I just don't really enjoy it there. What other... I've visited Chandigarh, which is a planned city in India, and I prefer the crazy, ludicrous chaos of Bangalore for some weird reason. I'm not sure. It's hard to... It's a very hard design problem. And I'm not going to say that I know exactly how to solve it or what is the best way to do it. I just know that there's grids that I love, and there's grids that I hate. There's chaos that I love, and there's chaos that I hate. So, take that. I think I might start with the eventual log economy that I'm going to have. It might make sense to stockpile tools because I think I can sell that, and that's where I'll get my seeds. So I'm going to employ you again. Let's get a blacksmith. I keep on saying that because you just don't have enough logs. Well, that should change once we have two forestry buildings. How are you for food? Still not doing great with food. I think that's what I want to focus on right now. The other thing I don't know is if you saturate a building with their jobs, is there like a diminishing returns of getting the fourth person in there? Or is like 3 like a good optimal amount? Like, would I be better off building another gatherer's hut with 2 people in each? Or having 1 gatherer's hut with 4? I don't quite know the answer to that. It would be nice to... Well, is there anything across? Not really. So I think I'm going to stick to this side of the river. I might need to build a tunnel, but that's going to be super expensive. So I'm going to wait. And I'm also running out of like nearby stone. Do I need more? No, I don't. No, not yet. I just need more wood. What if I just sort of sneakily... No, I don't want to do that. Let's keep that going. Okay, we're in late autumn, and here comes the snow. I think I got plenty of food. I have plenty of firewood. I just don't have any firewood production. Oh, I don't have any clothing. Oh no, textiles. Oh, that's because of the leather. Is that what that is? Yeah. I probably need that as well. So, okay, so this is going to be like my main street for sure. I'm going to build the building, but I probably don't need a permanent employee of it yet. Let's put you right beside the blacksmith. And let's have a gap there for a road. And how about housing? Okay, so there's 9 families. How many houses do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I think I'm fine with that. Let's get us some tools in here. And okay, I'm getting lots of food now. Holy smokes. Okay. What do people have in their homes? Yeah, you're all stocked up with food. Oh. Okay, so do I might trash... Oh, what? Reserve of tool. Okay, that's fine. That's because I moved 20 of them into my thingamabobber here. It's time to... I really just want to see how I want to expand on this little town. Because I think we're in a good, good state so far. But as the families start to grow, we're going to start getting like much bigger population growth, and I need to be prepared for what they're actually going to do. I guess I'm playing on a small map, so that's probably why I don't feel like I have a lot of space. I think this might be like a farming area. I wonder if I start preparing for that and build it up. Farms and mines, perhaps. And then... yeah, I'm not going to mine this hill I think this is going to be like sort of one of the scenic parts of this little town. I might put a church over here. And the cemetery will just be beside the church. I really, again, need to improve. I need to improve my timber output. And should I get more jobs here? I guess so. What I can also do, yeah, I could also change your focus right now and just focus on cutting trees. Okay, so that means that that's disabled. Let's focus on cutting down trees right now. Let's get a stockpile of wood. I think that's probably the thing to do right now. Some mushrooms over there. Lots of little trees. I'm really tempted to make this like a big boulevard. Just a really opulent city center boulevard. But I guess that doesn't really make sense, because what does it go to? It goes to a barn. Yeah, big boulevard going to a barn. No. I'm gonna wait until I get to town hall. I really want to remove this road now. Maybe I'll move the barn and just allow this to be a bunch of trees. If my goal is to make this a pretty town, I don't think I'm succeeding yet, but give me some more resources and then we'll get there eventually. Why are you not building this? Logs, okay. Logging is constantly the constraint. And how am I doing for stone? That's fine. Yeah, I think this is gonna have to be temporary. Because I think this is gonna be big city kind of locations. With, yeah. Then do I make this area a little bit of a farming, or not a farming, a tree planting area as well? Because then you have like this, the town down here, then on the other side of the mountain is like hunters and loggers, and it's nice and pretty. So the north will sort of be pretty, and the south will be more, not industrial, but more just work job focused. Okay, you can definitely see that they've been thinning the trees out quite a bit. So you can see more of the ground now. And, oh, I can employ a tailor. So let's get some more clothing sorted. Okay, and these are finally built up now. Cool. So I don't need anything to build. Okay, let's change, now that I have so many laborers, I'm gonna change the focus of this to balanced again. So you can totally plant stuff. And I'm just gonna quickly harvest everything right here. Oops, hey, wait a second. Oh, there we go. and probably build another home. This is still just more of the scattered residential area without much structure. They're just building it wherever they feel like it. Oh, now I need to employ builders. Okay, so far so good. Build a fishing hut over here. I think I do. Yeah. And another little home. Can't build there. Over here. Perfect. So there's going to be a fisherman living with the, or like hanging out with the hunters. And you've already ran out of material. What? Where's all my clothing though? I'm guessing the clothing is being used. Dang, okay. Let's get another hunter? Because, yeah, I want the leather. I'm still worried about the whole wood crisis thing, though. Get more logs. How much did you produce? 48 logs, 109. Oh, this season is 109, so it's already stepped up a notch. Like, let's have you focus on just planting right now. Reserve of iron is low. 1 iron there. Lots of iron here. Okay, that's going to be an issue. Oh, I got lots over here as well. Okay, I think now is also a good time to sort of set a goal. Where, like, how far do I want to get with this? Firewood is low. What? So right now I'm at population, so I started with population 16. We've made it to 32. Oh, that's conveniently double. Getting to, let's still use base 2. Let's get to a population of 512. And I think if we can get to 512 and we're not like full of disease and unemployed or unhappy and unhealthy, then I think we'll call that victory. So I guess the next goal right now is to get to 64. So it took 5 years to get to 32. Will it take 5 years to get to 64? That is the big question. Just gotta keep on making sure that I have houses for the couples. So that's not like a laborer and a child, hunter, and a child. Okay, there's... You adults can move around a little bit, you know? Alright, how are we for food? We're doing swimmingly for food, so... I'm not going to... should I unfocus food a little bit? I would rather have more meat and leather. Oh, there's a trader. Awesome. And... the blacksmith is still... Oh, let's get another 20 in here. Oops, there we go. Okay, please have some seeds. Yeah, alright. Trade. You will sell chickens. Do I want to go into the business of poultry? Or is this going to be... Oh, no, it's too late to be a vegetarian town, because I do have hunters. At a cost of 400, and you need at least 2 chickens in order for them to start breeding. And if I do the math, so 10 tools is 80, 160, 320, so 40 is 320. I don't even have enough for a chicken. Right? Did I do the math right? Yeah, okay. Wow, I really didn't trust my math skills there. So, don't even have enough really to trade. I could trade food, but I'm not going to risk that just yet. So how do I tell you to go? Dismiss. Can I order something? No. Oh no, I do want you. Yeah. Oh, another child. Great. We're no longer at 32. If this is going to be the farming area, I should at least build a bridge to get there. Let's put it here. And then I think we'll just start clearing this land. The animals can just go through the river. Why do I have to build a bridge? And I know that once I build the town hall, I can get better metrics, because right now I have to count out the houses and all that, whereas with the town hall you can see like how many families exist versus how many houses. Which is sort of making me want to do that, because that information would help me plan a little bit better. Again, I still need logs. Logs. I think that's gonna happen when I just clear all this out. So, come on builders, build this bridge. Why are you cold? I have no firewood. Okay, wait a second. Oh dear. Okay, let's harvest trees. Yeah, now we're getting to the serious part where it's like I totally screwed up something with resource management. Do I just go crazy? See, no, if I cut down all this forest, it affects my gatherers. Which I am doing fine for food. But, like, I was very tempted to just, like, clear cutting all of this to get enough wood so that I can get some firewood. Why are people complaining it's cold? It's 9 degrees. It's fine. Wear a sweater. Or they probably don't have sweaters. That's probably the other issue. Is there a way to see that? Can I look at a person? Okay, yeah. So clothing ragged. Okay, I need a lot more clothing. That's great. I was saying like, oh, go put on a sweater. It's like, oh, I didn't really help you establish a tailoring industry. But you're happy, so you're not educated. Oh, I forgot. Do the initial population start as educated? That I'm not sure. Maybe it's time to build a school. Oh, and I'm also building more buildings, which is of course going to require resources. And you're just sticking to planting right now, which I think is okay. More babies, nice. Let's see, I think at 64 we'll start, that's when we'll build the school. I don't think we're ready for the school yet. It's too early. Okay, cut down these trees. No one's cold anymore, so that's a good sign. Well, it's also 23 degrees, so... looks like Covidia is... Covidia also sounds like an STD. Maybe it's not the best choice of name for the town. But it does look like it's doing okay right now. I think it's in a good balance. In such that as long as there's no more growth, it could probably just like stick to this sort of scale for a while. But of course, with all these types of things, you're always going to get some growth. You can never time and schedule deaths and births perfectly. Let's also harvest all this stone here. Okay, the ratio of children to adults is getting close to half, which is, that's what it was when we started, but that's like an 8 and 8. Now, oh no, that was, sorry, never mind. That was like 100%. 50% of the population were children. This is actually 1/3, so maybe not as worrying. Reserve of iron is low. Can someone go pick those up? And okay, that's, hey, this is great. Okay, so that's finished now. So I can go on a bit of a harvesting spree. Let's just go, let's go to town. Let's harvest everything right here. And I got 8 laborers, so that's gonna work out fine. Still got forestry issues. Let's max you out, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of for that. Do I need more homes? I can't tell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I could use another home. In fact, let's have one right here. I think I'm okay with that, because then you just become a laborer. How many tools do I have? I have plenty of tools, so maybe I can actually just stop this for now. Or just unemploy the... Yeah, unemploy the blacksmith for now. Food. I'm still fine food, so I'm not going to employ more food. I don't think that will do much use right now. I do need a couple builders. And Taylor, I'm going to unemploy. Okay. I think the trader just becomes a laborer as well when there's nothing to do, nothing to put into the trading post. Okay, we finally have inventory of logs. Lovely. We have plenty of food. And winter is coming, but I think we're adequately prepared for it right now. I do need more firewood, that's the main thing. In order to get more firewood, I need more logs. Population-wise, we're at 37. Yeah, if I can get seeds, the next goal is to get some farms going. Definitely want to farm. And I think I'm going to go for a big farm. Like, as large as possible. I don't know if there's a... if there's like a min-max perfect ratio for farms. But again, I'm not trying to math this game. I'm just trying to play it. Although, I guess you could say sometimes mathing a game is playing it as well. It's definitely like that for Stellaris sometimes, but... This isn't Stellaris. I'm banished from Stellaris. Horrible. Okay, what am I gonna use all that stone for? Oh, hey, Shelly. Yeah, come on. Come on. Shelly wants to join. Oh, ow. Okay. Your nails need cutting. Okay. What are we doing? Preserve logs, firewood. Okay. Yeah, let's get the firewood going. I think I'm tempted to create a little bit of a storage area here. Now that it's getting cleared. Probably too big, but what I want to do... Oh no, I gotta wait for the seeds. Why do I keep on doing stuff when I don't have the resources or the things that I need in order to start doing that? Let's just leave that alone for now. Okay, there's a trader. Please have seeds. I do have other things to trade. I forget how much seeds cost. That's the other issue. Okay, what do you have? Cattle. That would help with the leather. I just don't have enough resources to trade. What do I do? What do I do? I need a better economy to trade, which makes me think that I need to do more stuff with timber so that I can get more firewood and sell the firewood. Maybe in the short term that's what I'm going to do. So, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another forestry person here. Yeah. I have a feeling this is now becoming very inefficient. And then another woodcutter. You're just gonna go here. And one more house here. So right now the town is sort of going like, hey, we don't have enough to really trade for anything. Can we like get a surplus of something that we can trade? And so we're going like, you know what? We're getting good at this forestry thing, we think. And if we can sell enough firewood, we might be able to get some other stuff. That's sort of what I'm playing at here. Because I could do the tools, but tools require using the non-renewable resource of iron, which I don't want to use up all of. So I'm only going to just create tools sufficient so that the citizens can use them. And at least with the forestry, whoops, I clicked on the wrong thing. I want to click on this. At least with the forestry, it's renewable. And I don't have to worry about running out. I can just change how I allocate the resources to balance the supply and demand. Right now, I'm actually finally doing okay with the supply. I finally have an inventory of logs, but I have no firewood. So hopefully this second, let's pause this. And pause this. So hopefully maybe with the second lumberjack, we'll have enough surplus of firewood such that we can start selling it. And I do firewood. I wonder what does that sell for? So firewood is at 4. It's half of what iron tools are. Iron tools are way harder to make because of the iron requirement. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And yeah, the trader got tired of me dilly-dallying. What's with this little blank spot? Are you planting? Okay. There is lots of iron here, which does mean that I can still build the tools, but I don't want to dip into that if I don't have to. I might make this area like a holy site. Just build the church over there and the graveyard. Okay, we can get a second woodcutter. Awesome. There's a woodcutter living there. Perfect. Do I want to build this now? I think so. I think it's safe to build this now. I probably want to harvest a little bit of this. Yeah, let's get a little bit of infrastructure here. Oh, I didn't line that up! Oh man, shameful. Did you just... Wait a second. Are you a hunter? Okay. I just saw her kill a deer. You gonna pick up that meat? No? Oh, you are. Okay. Okay, now we're getting the stockpile of stored textiles. Good. Let's deploy the tailor. Let's get people better clothes. Okay, now we're getting the stockpile of firewood, finally. This is probably such an inefficient way of building it, but whatever. I'm having fun. This is nice and relaxing, compared to Civ, where I was just getting stressed and pulling out my hair. I'll do another game of Civ eventually, but I'm currently in recovery mode. Oh, I do need to start building tools as well. Let's start doing that. Yeah, I would like to start getting a stockpile of clothing. But it looks like as soon as, where are you? Yeah, once you build a coat, it gets used right away. Because a lot of people have ragged clothes. Reserve of food is low. Okay. Crap. Not balancing things. Let's add one more gatherer. Another fisher. And it's late summer. Crap. Lots of fishers. So worried about like my firewood economy that I forgot about the food. All right, that's what happens when you get bigger population. Wow, 41 now. So I was forecasting by the 10th year we'll have 64 people. Because that's doubling every 5 years. We'll see if we get that far. What else do I need to do here? Oh, a tree fell in the forest, and I saw it. Okay, so I have one extra fur coat now, or hide coat, which is nice. Reserve of tools is low, yes, I know, but don't worry, I'm building some. Ah, look at these surpluses. It's so nice to have surpluses. Let's get 200 in here. That's the other thing, is like by having a surplus in here, I can always like, it's like another cache. If things get desperate, I can just lower the amount of goods available in the trading post. Okay, let's start looking at the town from another angle. Let's just look from this angle now. This is going to be the farming area. I don't think I'm going to keep this as the hunting place. I might move the hunters over here. It's a little further away. With more woods, and then I can develop this area. I don't know, develop to what? I'm not sure. I do think I'm going to put the market here at some point. That's the other thing. I don't know if I need any more homes. Okay, you can have children. Great. So can you. Okay, ready for the population boost. Okay, come on. One of you needs to go next door. Oh no, that's a male as well. Never mind. Okay, you got 2 children. That's good. Okay, we're in late autumn, and we don't have a ton of food. I wonder if this was part of the balance of me, like, doing all that forestry. And, yeah, like, just reducing all the wood so that maybe you're not harvesting as much stuff. Got plenty of tools now. I think it's... Put another 20 here and another... Yeah. I think that should do. See how we do for the summer. Or, sorry, the winter. How am I doing for iron? I'm doing fine for iron, doing fine for stone. Reserve of firewood is low, that's because I moved it into here. Oh no, okay, a lot of people, I think, brought it into their home. And I can... Yeah, more foresters. Yeah, I think I want another home. Let's have you... Where would be a logical place for another home? Actually, over here. Still doing fine resource-wise. 46 population now. So far, no big problems. Oh, good. Okay, trader, please. Seeds. I don't want steel tools. Nope. Man, at a cost of 10? It's only 2 extra for a steel tool versus an iron tool. Okay. Hey, Shelly. How am I doing for textiles? No, okay, let's get the tailor employed again. Just shortly. Okay, you're producing a lot more. Alright, early spring, so we survived the winter. We still have resources left over, so that's good to see. So I'm not worried about food now, because that will go up. It's not winter time. I'm really curious to see if we'll actually double the population by year 10. This? No. You know what? I think I want the town hall. Because I want the stats. And... you... where does it make sense to put you? I sort of like the idea of having you there. Does that remove those roads? Nope. This one. Oh no, but that's where I want the market. No, I think I'm going to put the market will probably go here. Okay. Yeah, we're getting a town hall, people. Let's go to somewhere around here. Yeah, once those roads are cleared, come on. Want that one up there. Thank you. Okay. There. Okay, that requires a lot of stone, which I have, so I think that's not going to be an issue. And then we'll start seeing grass, which will be lovely. And then what I would like to do... So if that's going to be our town hall, I'm going to start sort of setting that as like the... Not as a focal point, but like a lot of the roads are going to be centered around that. I might even have... extra road area in front of it. Yeah. Okay. Probably need a well. I haven't had any disasters yet. So there's been no fire, there's been no disease. I'm sort of taking things... sort of being greedy, but it may pay out. I don't know. I think I need to harvest this stone now, because the town hall is using a lot of that. Food is looking good. Let's get some more firewood in here. And I can actually put in more tools too. I think that would be a good amount of inventory so that we could sell to get seeds. So yeah, that's because I moved them into the warehouse or into the trading post. That's fine. It sort of works out because I need to clear this anyways for the farms. And now it's going to give me a nice surplus. Yeah, you don't have enough timber, but you'll get some, don't worry. Sheep would also be useful too, because then then I can get some wool, and I can make some better better coats. Yay! Okay, so now what's the graph that I want to look at? Yeah, that's population growth. Okay, so the children is relatively stable, but everything else is going up. Wow, it had a period where almost a lot of people weren't clothed. Okay, So education is dropping big time. Okay, so that's because the initial ones are educated. Alright, you know what, I do need the school, so let's build that too. This is probably gonna hamper my productivity for a bit, because now all these children have become students instead of laborers. And let's have the school... People are going to live around here, I think. So let's just have... the school is going to be... there? No. Where do I want the school? And some of these children are going to have to commute pretty far to go to the school. But I think this is going to be the other sort of pseudo main street. So I'm going to put it here. Yeah, tools. Yay, graphs! I love graphs. Now, does this sort of replace? This one's sort of better because it's easier to see all of them at a glance. This one has a scrolling. I'm gonna leave this for now. But I do see, okay, so how many homes? 16, there's 22 families, so I definitely don't have sufficient number of houses. So let's build that. That's the detail that I've been wanting to know. So now we're gonna start building homes on these streets. There we go. And how many we have? 49 population. So might hit 64 in a couple of years. Quite easily, especially now that I got these the right number of homes built, so that we can get the babies happening. So I'm gonna actually remove this. I was gonna put all these things super high, which is probably impractical, but yeah, and just hide that so we don't have to look at it anymore. Alrighty. Come on, trader. So I could build another one of these, and that just doubles the amount of ships that come in, but they are pretty expensive. And I only want it so that I get the more frequent visitors, but from an inventory perspective, like this it's 5% full, so I got lots of room for other things. Oops. Okay, let's unemploy the tailor. The blacksmith, not yet. And everyone's just complaining there's not enough wood. Maybe. Let's get down these trees here. Okay, how big is the market? Oh, man. Oh, it's sort of like to have it centered around. But no, I can put it here. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, I would have to just remove that road. Could it go here? No, because of that silly hill there. Or I remove this home. Yeah, we got options. Or we can move it here. Not too worried. Nope. Okay, come on, what do you have? What do you have? Leather? That's not really that useful to me. Am I worried about not building enough hide coats? I don't think so. It's also not that expensive. I don't think I need it. Can I make an order? I can not make an order for seeds. Okay. Alright. These homes are built. Oh, right, early spring. Lovely. So it's year 9. I think I'm going to put the cut in year 10. So it should just be in a few minutes. Let's see if we actually get to... oh, homes, 19. Oh, now there's only 20 families. There were 22 families before. Oh, I wonder what happened there. I don't think anyone died. Seems like there was like a consolidation or something. But we are at 50. I think if I put another home down, I'm sort of at risk of not having enough food. I haven't really had to worry about food. I'm tempted to just have another fishing hut. Yeah. It's not a great location. Because they have a long ways to go to this. Maybe I get another bridge? Yeah. 56, 14. Got plenty. Oh, I definitely need iron. Oh, huge iron shortage. Not anymore. And there's stone. Lots of stone here. Alright, should be fine. Got lots of food, lots of firewood. It's springtime. Just need some resources. That's so dark. Employment looks fine. Let's see, how are we doing for clothing? Citizens. Yeah, so they're running out a little bit of clothing. Not too bad. Happiness is fine. Health is fine. Nothing to worry about. With like this school to finish, so we can start educating these children. Then we'll hopefully get some better efficiencies with the rest of our people. Okay, look at all these trees. So nice. Still not producing enough timber though to satisfy just the two woodcutters, but oh well. I forgot the other thing to mention with this is that we can get nomads, which adds a huge boost of population, which can really mess things up. It's a really good lesson in just sort of what happens when you have a shock to the system on, like, if you just introduce a huge population to a place that isn't prepared for it, it does result in a little bit of housing chaos, food chaos, just basic resource chaos. The teacher died during childbirth on her first day on the job. Brutal. Oh man, so that means a child and a woman passed away. So now I'm at 53 when I could have been at 55 people. Because it's just the numbers that matter, right? People are just resources. Oh, these banished people are creating a little thriving community. It's lovely to see. Food is low. Okay, well I got another fishing dock here. Okay, lovely. Now let's build a little footpath here. And I think we can make this little corner let's nice. So those are some nice houses right there. And, okay, now we got a student. Lovely. So hopefully we'll, and I can't remember when they become non-students, so I don't know if it's when they're 18 or 16 or so, but then they will just be better at their jobs. It'll be a little bit faster. I do have some textile parts. Nice, okay, so we've got plenty of stone. Iron is now acceptable. I probably should unemploy the blacksmith for now. Yeah. So 40, 54. So right now I'm 10 people short of my population forecast. So I'm not doubling every 5 years. Now it's probably going to double in 6 years. From the previous population. Let's see. Get these sped up. Okay, food is certainly not as good as it could be. And now it's autumn. I definitely don't have enough food. I have a lot of firewood though, which I can sell. At least I can fish in the wintertime, I believe. Time for another gatherer. Over here. Random spot. And there's a little bit of a rainstorm. Hey, we have another child. Lovely. Can we get a few more children? Get us closer to 64. Taylor doesn't have enough supplies. Yay, a couple more babies. Reserve of firewood is low? Nah, there's plenty in stock, that's fine. Come on, just a few more children! A few more babies! So close. So that's 58. Come on, 6 more. Okay, now we got 4 students. 5 students. Okay, health is going low. I probably need to start gathering herbs and stuff now. But people are still happy, which is good. need a husband. You're a bit crowded now, and you're a student. Oh man, you have a long way to go to get to school. Sorry about that. Do I have too much housing? No, doesn't look like it. I look at this, and I go here. Homes, 23. Okay, I do have too much housing. So that's probably going to slow down population growth a tiny bit, but it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, well we're at 58 and it's year 10, so I'm 6 people shy of doubling from 32 to 64. But that's okay. I think we are generally happy, not perfectly healthy. We're only 50% clothed. Okay, I guess that's probably the next task. But we're finally educating our population. And even the animals are using the bridges, which is sort of cool. But I think that's it for now. Probably start this again either later this evening or do this again tomorrow. Let's save my game and stop the stream. Until next time. Later.